Welcome into another LaRosa's Kentucky football preseason position preview. Head to one of LaRosa's 3 locations around Lexington to try one of their 40 menu items for pizzas, hoagies, wings, you name it, they got it at LaRosa's. Visit larosas.com today. And today we are talking about Kentucky's edge rushers, which they haven't been quite the same since Josh Allen was in town. But there are definitely some horses in the stable. And the one on the top of everybody's mind is J.J. Weaver, who Brad White said was playing as good as any defender in that Alabama and Florida game when he went down with the season-ending ACL injury almost 8 months ago. He's recovering, and he's still wearing a red jersey at practice, but Luckett, he looked like he was moving around well there on Tuesday.
Certainly looks the part. J.J. Weaver at 6'5", probably about 240, 245, can really move, just recovering from that ACL injury. But in practice, he wasn't going in 11-on-11, but on 7-on-7 action, they were allowing him to rush the passer off the edge. Looked quick, looked like he had some burst. Long arms. He looks like a guy that's the real deal, and it's just getting him 100% recovered from that ACL injury.
Freddie, do you pump the brakes on for guys who are coming back from injury? Do you want to lower expectations as far as production wise? Because I know he was playing really well last year, but can we go all in on the JJ Weaver hype in the preseason?
I'm going all in on JJ because I think he's dynamic. I think he's explosive, sudden, twitchy. He's everything you're looking for with an edge player in the Southeastern Conference. But I do think that, especially early on in the season, the first 4 games, he's not going to have a high amount of reps. Kentucky's going to try to slowly get him back into the rotation, and that's why Jordan Wright is so critical at the jack linebacker position, because he brings a ton of experience and he is a high producer of havoc stats. That's what Kentucky needs. Jordan Wright to be that senior, to have high production and to force the issue across the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Wright, he's entering his 4th season of significant snaps, senior year. Over the last 2, he's really filled up the stat sheet. He had the touchdown, the scoop and scored in the Belk Bowl, had a pass deflection as well that year, an interception last year that he took to the house, 2 fumble recoveries, 3.5 sacks, 5.5 tackles for loss. He really sprays the box score. But look at the problem with Wright, he's good at getting to the quarterback, but it's just he's got to start getting home more.
It's just consistently and being able to deliver on a weekly basis. In the past, Jordan Wright has just shown up here, shown up there, shown up here, shown up there, and then gone missing at certain points. Kentucky can't have that. They need him to produce consistently, and specifically in that havoc area Freddie's talking about. Tackles for loss, sacks, pressures, batted balls, forced fumbles. Those are all areas where Jordan Wright can kind of make game-changing plays, and he's shown that he can make those plays. It's just he's got to do it consistently, and that's really what the coaching staff is looking for and what this defense needs. They need him to be a guy that can produce. And at that jack linebacker position, that's a position where in a 3-4 defense, you're dependent on a guy to provide pass rush to help your run defense by getting run stuffs, tackles for loss, and really just being a pain for the offense. And that's what they need Jordan Wright to be this year.
The one play that sums it up all well for me, Freddie, is in the Gator Bowl. You've got 4th and 3. They run a stunt, a twist to the outside. He's scot-free, tries to tee off on the NC State quarterback, whiffs, they score a touchdown, and it's still a ball game. And, I don't want to just call him out and say, hey, this is where but like he needs to be making those plays this year for Kentucky to get where they need to go.
Absolutely. And that's what Brad White's counting on, is the maturation and the senior leadership of Jordan Wright, and have him make those explosive plays. When there's an opportunity for a sack, convert that by getting the quarterback on the ground. When a tackle for loss presents itself, get the ball carrier on the ground. That's the task that Jordan Wright has. The depth at the edge is not concerning, but it's largely unproven.
Mhm.
Bembry has played some football.
Right.
Justice Dingle on the other side has played football at Georgia Tech. We've just not seen that at Kentucky. So it's not depth is not a concern, but it's something that I want to see, especially against Louisiana Monroe in week 1,
Right.
where most likely those guys are going to get a lot of reps. So
Exactly.
that's something that I'm monitoring in 2021 is the depth at the edge positions.
Yeah, and Katie McDaniel, another guy, hadn't played a lot of
Yeah.
football. We don't know how much juice Justice Dingle has. He played a couple of different positions at Georgia Tech. He got moved around. I think he was at tackle, and they switch up defenses on him. So he's done a little bit of everything, but they are going to call upon him to be stout, particularly in that run defense. But one thing that Luckett has beat this dead horse into oblivion, to the point where I think Mark Stoops might punch you in the face if you ask him one more time, is to alleviate some depth problems. Instead of playing your edge guys, you can play this medium package. Luckett, can you just share a little bit more about the medium package and how it doesn't necessarily take the outside linebackers out of the equation, but it changes it for them?
Yeah, essentially, instead of at that Sam linebacker position, you would just play a safety down there in the box. Now, you could use him as kind of your typical slot cornerback, or you can move him around, having to do some type linebacker type stuff. I think guys like Devontae Robinson, I think potentially maybe Vito Tisdale are guys that can play that role. And what we've seen at the edge is Katie McDaniel moved to Jack linebacker in the spring. And so, like, he was the backup to Boogie Watson last year. So they really don't have, like, a specifically guy over there at Sam, especially with Jordan Wright having to play Jack now with J.J. Weaver recovering. So what I think you could see there, that same position, is Kentucky get a little smaller with their personnel and play a third safety and maybe ask him to do some different things. That's going to be a thing I think I'm going to focus on the first few weeks, is to see personnel-wise how they're setting up things. But it doesn't get around the fact that this outside linebacker position is still huge to this defense. They still need whether it's Jordan Wright or if J.J. Weaver can get rolling, somebody to produce and create some havoc there on the edge. It's desperately needed. They need negative play, something that they didn't have last year.
Kentucky was in the bottom, I think 113th in sack rate last year. That's got to change. That's got to change
in the SEC.
That's got to change in the fall of 2021. No excuses about it. That's going to do it for this edition of the LaRosa's Kentucky football preseason position previews. We'll be back with more before you know it.